What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider John. Coming at you with a quick draft video. It's been a minute. I've been caught up with my own thing. Haven't really put out any videos lately. I've done some research on the draft, a couple players here and there. I'll be real with you guys. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. This draft is so up in the air. There's so many like different scenarios that can happen. There has been 2 fucking trades from teams just jumping up to the first round to grab a quarterback. I am so happy we got our fucking quarterback. So I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited. This one could go any direction. Now, one thing I noticed when I was doing a little bit of research on this draft is when you look at this draft in particular, one thing just jumps out at you. Defense. This right here is a defensive draft, and that's exactly what the fuck we need. Our defense was decent last year, but it wasn't legit. It wasn't that top 10 type of defense we expected out of a Jack Del Rio type of defense. And the reason being was mostly the secondary. Also, you got to throw in a little bit of the pass rush here and there because there's only so much Matt can do. But there's plenty of fucking secondary players in this draft. There's plenty of freaking pass rushers in this draft. One thing that we need is a middle linebacker. Ben Henney is probably a solid player at middle linebacker. I think Smith played a couple or a few snaps at middle linebacker. That position's been more of a rotation of players, and that's one thing that we need, a solid, sure enough tackler. Because Curtis Lofton was not a good experiment. He did not, he didn't meet our expectations whatsoever. And he was decent, but he was just not. No, he wasn't even decent, to be honest. He was average, and he showed before that he could play above that level of average, but he just doesn't have it anymore, I believe. So we have to draft a middle linebacker or pick up a middle linebacker, be a free agent or something like that. That's what I believed, and I think that there's a couple players that might be able to drop to us that actually could play middle linebacker. One particular player is Reggie Ragland, who plays for out of Alabama, I believe. I watched some of this guy's tape. He tackles with fucking authority, man. This guy goes at you and just slams you on the floor. Sure tackler, really good with making plays on receivers that just catch the ball, hitting them right when he needs to. Good in run defending. Just an all-around solid player. Probably the best player that we could pick up if he were to drop to us. Thing about this draft right here is, guys, because so many people traded up, that changes up the board. Everything that these fucking GMs, these scouts, these player analysts, or whatever you call them, mock draft makers, had on their paperwork 3-4 months ago, threw it out the fucking window the moment that draft went down, and then they started up a new one and then threw that one out the fucking window, went down. It's like the moment that trade happened, everything just fucking no longer is relevant. There's so much shit that could be affected because of those 2 trades. And it's gotta be interesting, guys. I really believe that the fact that they traded, and that they're gonna get a quarterback. At least for a fact that the fucking Rams are getting a quarterback. No way they do not go quarterback. The Eagles, they're gonna get a quarterback in my opinion. That's my opinion, but there's a chance they could not go quarterback. There's a chance they could go, lineman or something like that. But more than likely, yeah, they're going to go fucking quarterback. You don't trade up that much just to pick up a lineman or just to pick up a, a defensive lineman or anything, or an offensive lineman or a wide receiver. You don't trade up that much, I don't believe. And they did. So obviously they want a freaking quarterback. And it should be interesting, guys. I mean, quarterback, that changes a lot of the dynamic of what's going on. And a lot of the players that are ahead of us now, they got more of an option because they know exactly what's going to happen. Quarterback in the first 2 rounds and the first 2 picks. That in the first round, I mean, like, someone's going to be available, and they know exactly who they're shooting for. So that kind of narrows it down for them and makes it easier on the first 5, 6 picks. And because of that, we're able to get a little bit more of a, look into the other players that may drop because of that situation. People that would have been picked up that you wouldn't expect to be there at, 10, 13, 14. They're going to be there. Now, I'm very excited to see if a couple players drop to us that I'm looking at. Now, a lot of people wanted to go corner again. I wanted to go corner again before free agency, and Reggie started signing motherfuckers left and right. God, man, Reggie put it down in free agency this year. Fucking bad props to Reggie, man. Boy, did Raider Nation proud this year in free agency. But we don't have to go cornerback this year in this draft. I wish we could, because I kind of want to overkill that position, because that's how bad we were in the backfield during the season. We were horrible, just horrible in the backfield during the season. So I kind of want to overkill that whole freaking position. I want to get another cornerback, but we don't have to do it in the first round. We could do it in the second round. We could do it in the third round. But I want to get another cornerback in this draft. Plain and simple. I want to get a safety in this draft. Plain and simple. There's a couple players that jump out when it comes to that position. One player at safety in particular is, everybody knows him, Jalen Ramsey. Fucking probably going to go to the Chargers because they want to replace losing Weddle, because they're fucking idiots and they didn't fucking respect the fact that the guy has a kid and wanted to watch his kid perform. It's kind of fucked up, in my opinion. But, hey, fuck the Chargers. I don't give a shit. Anyways, I think that he is probably one of the best players in the draft. That guy is a beast. If he were to, if there was even a shot at him dropping to 14, if there was a shot of it, I would say that's the guy we're going to pick, and I would have no doubt in my mind that's the guy we're probably going to pick. But that is likely not happening. Other player that, like I said, Reggie Ragland, maybe not. There's words here and there saying that he might drop. There's words here and there saying that he's probably to go in the top 5. I trip out on that. There's so many different mock drafts out there. I don't know where the fuck we're gonna go with this, guys. And one player in particular that it's kind of up in the air with a lot of Raider Nation. They said if he's there, pick him. He's a solid player. Then there's other fans that say, do not get this man. He is injured. Do not pick him up. It's not worth the risk. Is Miles Jack. And I watched some tape on this man. I'll tell you what. If he's 100%, if that knee isn't fucked up, if that man is anywhere near what I seen on tape, you pick him. Period. That man is a fucking football player all around. I'm talking, he could play offense. He could play running back on offense. He could play wide receiver on offense. He could play a bunch of different offensive positions. He could play it. But defense, he could play anywhere on that fucking line. He's a movable piece that you could just rotate anywhere. He's a damn good pass rusher. He's a damn good middle linebacker. He could even jump outside into the box and play safety. That's how good of a cover he is in coverage. This man is a solid fucking player. If you get the okay, and like I said, I'm talking about in the draft room, they know more things than we do, guys. Us fans, we want to just jump to conclusions about a certain player because they're injured or because of mishaps or mistakes that they made and decisions they made off the field and stuff like that. But what we don't know is what they know in the fucking franchise and what they know in that freaking draft room. They've interviewed these guys. They've gone through, scenarios. They've done their due diligence, man. They know exactly why they want to pick this player and if or not, if it's worth the risk to, get him while he's injured. And honestly, if they do get him while he's injured, maybe they have to redshirt him. I don't know. But all I know is what I seen on tape, this man is a fucking beast. Now, back to the cornerback position. Couple names thrown out there that would be pretty solid if we picked them up. Vernon Hargreaves, solid playmaker, solid tackler. Little short in stature compared to the corners that we're kind of aiming for. That's kind of a lot of people got Eli Apple above him because Eli Apple was actually a more lengthy type of a cornerback, and that more fits the mold of what we're shooting at. However, I think that I personally like Vernon Hargreaves more because of his intensity and the way that guy plays. Eli Apple, he's okay, but I think he's more of a bat the ball down type player, which is cool and all. But I think Vernon Hargreaves is more. I hope I'm saying his name right. Is more of a jump in front of you and intercept the ball, hit you and knock the ball out type of player, which I personally like. The deepest position in this draft is defensive lineman. I shit you not, I could count maybe 7, 8, 9 defensive linemen that could go in the first round. It's fucking deep. So one thing about our defensive line is we're pretty set, guys. We are pretty set at defensive line. We got Mac right there. We got Jelly. We got Dan Williams. We have fucking solid player coming back around week 9, which is who? Smith. Fucking beast. I can't wait till he gets back. It's gonna be great. I mean, Aldon Smith, can't fuck with it. So basically, we're not really too desperate at that position, but at the same time, you can never, ever have too many pass rushers. If we could get another pass rusher, another person that worked at D lineman that could be more effective, take them. Period. That's a position that you can never have too many pass rushers at. You can never have too many bullets in the chamber. If you got to pull the trigger, pull it. Get that player. I understand that. One player I don't really like though, and he's a top 3 player, but for some reason everything I put on when I was watching him on tape, it kind of bugged me. That player is Jaron Reed. I don't know, man. He had some good playmaking ability here and there, but just everything I seen, it just didn't appeal to me. I was like, there was a couple of plays here and there that I seen that he did real good at, but not as much as explosion as I see on all these other players I'm about to mention. I'm telling you right now, DeForest Buckner, god damn, that boy, fuck. That dude he's just a solid beast. Solid fucking beast. He's a playmaker, man. I tripped out on some of the plays I seen him make. He was just beating his man almost every single snap. And then, there was times where, yeah, he got beat, but then he would always bounce back. I like that player. He's really good. Probably going to go top 5. But Sheldon Rankins, also really good. I really enjoyed that guy's tape. He tackles with authority. He freaking breaks through offensive linemen like sometimes they're just not even trying. He makes it look like they're not even fucking trying. And so the guy got good moves, good hand movement, very heavy hands, dude. I really like what that guy brings to the table. Now, like I said, not a necessity, but would definitely be a perk if we were to pick either any player that's in that top 5 defensive linemen. If we were to get any of those players, it would be a perk, guys. It would be a good, solid, interior backup, or even a starter. You don't know whether or not if you pick up this player that they could actually, provide that little push that you actually need to get to the playoffs. I believe, guys, this draft will define whether or not we make it to the playoffs. This draft will decide whether or not we make it to the playoffs. This draft means everything, guys. Now, notice how I'm just talking about pure defense, and that's mostly because, yes, there are some good offensive weapons, but we don't need them. Okay? I believe that we're going to go all defense in this draft, guys. I just see all the signs that point that way. If we do go offense, it'll probably be picking up another lineman, picking up another tight end, or picking up maybe a solid kick returner. We don't know how DeBose is going to be when he gets back. Maybe, he might get caught up sending sex pitch. I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard about that shit, but it was funny as hell. Anyways, so we don't know what we're going to do on offense if we get an offensive player. If there is a top 10 offensive player that drops down to that position, of course we're going to probably take him, because that's just how it is. If we get a player in the second round that's a first-round talent and he is on the offensive side, you have to take the best player available. And that's where Reggie has made so many good moves in this offseason and freeing up the ability to make that decision and take the best player available. And I think that that's going to help us a shitload in this draft. The fact that he was able to make so many solid moves in free agency just totally set us up in this draft to make, the best freaking decision possible for this franchise, for this team, and for this organization. I think that personally, I believe that we would be best suited if we trade back. And I say that, I'm sorry guys, but I just believe if we see value at that position, value in this draft, so much good value in this draft, so many good defensive players. Like I said, there's so many solid defensive players that are going to drop to us because of those 2 trades, because of the impact of those trades. There's going to be a lot of players that other teams are going to want. You don't know the value until you get there. And if we were able to trade back and get another second-round pick, another third-round pick, anything like that, even another 4th-round pick, take it. Because this draft is so deep. It's almost guaranteed that there is going to be that much talent at those, at that time. There's going to be that much talent at, that time when it comes down to the 4th round, 5th round, 3rd round. If we could pick up another 2nd round or anything like that, it's worth it. Trust me, guys. There's so much talent that's, could drop to us, that could drop that low. Especially with everything that's going on in this draft. It's crazy, guys. Not to mention, there's only 29 picks. There's only 31 picks this year in the first round. So we're the 13th pick in the second round. Like I said, it's just another one of those things where we could just jump anywhere and pick anything, guys. I personally think we should go at one particular position. I think we should go in either the 2nd or the 3rd round. Just keep it within the first 3 rounds. Running back. I'm sorry, guys, but out of all the positions in offense, I think that's the one position that we don't really need. It's not a necessity. But it's a how do I put this? It'd be an improvement. And I don't mean nothing against Latavius Murray. I think Latavius Murray is a solid fucking player, but he can't do it all on his own, guys. We need a complimentary back. We need a solid complimentary back. I'm talking about a bruiser. I'm talking about a bulldozer. I'm talking about a dude that's gonna run a motherfucker over, right? That's what we need. And I believe we should pick him up in the second round. In my opinion, we should stick defense in the first round. Pick up a solid fucking running back in either the second or third round. If we do go running back in the first round, there's one player I know everybody in Raider Nation wants, and I would not be against it. Ezekiel Elliott. Man's a fucking beast. If we had both Latavius Murray and Ezekiel Elliott, our fucking running game is set. Running behind that line, fuck, we're good. I'm okay with that. A lot of Raider Nation said we shouldn't pick up a running back in the fucking first round. I'm not one to disagree with you either. I don't think we should, but there is one player that I will make an exception for. That is Ezekiel fucking Elliott. Guy's a beast. The guy is a solid fucking playmaker. Good in block, pass defense. Good in freaking blocking downfield for like an end around and shit like that. Solid running up the gut. Solid running outside. Really good freaking catcher too. The guy, there's no shame in that fool's game. I honestly can't really pick anything apart on that guy. He's good. Damn fucking good. So yeah, that's the one exception I think I would make at picking up an offensive player in the first round. That, and if we were, if he were to drop to us at 14, okay, I get it. I would understand. I personally want a defensive player in the first round, though. That's just the area that I think that we really need to improve on, is on our defense. And the reason being is, we were good, but we weren't great. So, my personal opinion, like I said, I think we should trade back if it's available. If not, you take the best player available. Period. So, that's gonna do it, guys. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on draft day. Go Raiders.